Hey everybody, Chaplain Welty here, and I just want to welcome you to this time of just a few moments for some encouraging words. And I guess we could all say that as we look over this past year, going back into 2020, and now of course we're in 2021, that we have gone through some pretty difficult times. I mean, we've had the coronavirus, we've had civil unrest, we've had all kinds of things. And even in our own personal lives, maybe there's been some things, some struggles that you have faced personally, or maybe your family has faced. But my question is, whenever these things come along, whenever we face these difficulties, how do we handle them? Now, let me ask you some questions here. Whenever you're faced with a difficulty, do you bounce back or do you fall down when something unexpected happens? You know, every single day that we live is filled with unexpected things. We might have our plans. We may plan on what we're going to do tomorrow, the next day, next week, whatever. But unexpected things come up. Now, whenever that happens, do you handle what comes your way with trust, or do you handle it with fear and trepidation? Are you merely surviving through life, or are you thriving through life? You see, I believe that spiritual resilience is what really makes the difference between surviving and thriving in your life. It gives you the strength to not only rise above the adversities that you might face, the hardships you might face, but to use it as a catalyst for spiritual growth. To do so, I believe that you need to trust that even in the midst of the circumstance, the difficult trial you may be going through, that God is stronger than any situation that you could possibly face. And through His strength, then with every setback comes a greater transformation in our lives. You see, when you look at life from this perspective, you'll view any problem, you'll view any challenge, any difficulty as something that God is using to shape you into a better you. Difficulties don't have to be setbacks, but rather stepping stones for change. In the book of Romans, in chapter 8, verse 28, we find these words, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. You see, every day you're presented with the opportunity to flow gracefully through life's challenges instead of feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck. And in each situation, in such situations, you can find hope in the midst of your distress. You can let go of your expectations and let God do a great work in your life. You see, when you remain open and receptive to God's work in your life, you tap into a divine flow of energy and trust that whatever is happening is for your highest and greatest good. It's kind of like a surfer riding a wave. You see, once you trust the experience and you relax rather than resist, you move smoothly through any wave. With awareness, balance, flexibility, you can keep from falling off your board and being caught in the undertow of life. So I challenge you with these words here today. That whatever it is that you might be going through personally, maybe in your career, maybe it's all of the things that are going on around our world today that is causing you to be anxious, that's causing distress. I would say, listen, trust in God and allow Him to shape you and mold you into the person that He wants you to be in the midst of all of your distress and all of the problems that you might face. Well, again, I'm Chaplain Welty. and it's been great spending this time with you. Let me have a word of prayer with you, and I invite you to pray along. God, I pray right now that for those who are watching this video, that God, whatever it is that they might be going through, that God, they'll just simply let go and let you do a great thing in their life. God, I pray for their families. I pray that you'll have your hand upon them and give them comfort and peace, and God, supply for their every need. And I trust in you in all of this. And I pray in your most heavenly name. Amen. Now, folks, may God bless you, and may he keep you, and may he make his face to shine down upon you and give you peace. Take care.